Hello Capricorn, this is your extended reading. So the message continues here, and the extended starts from the point where you just pick up your things and leave the venue, leave the grand spectacle room where, and it doesn't have to be an actual venue, right? This is just to build the metaphor, but you know, this interaction, perhaps this engagement so profoundly or so directly with the magician, right? Maybe we're talking about here something that I didn't even think about in the first part. Maybe we're talking about like being really drawn to like how to attract things, right? Law of attraction, law of manifestation, things that are connected to like how to create a life that resonates with you, right? So, and this is just an example, right, of how this could play out in your actual life, Capricorn. But however you are engaging with this magician, however you are engaging with the concept of manifesting, right, of this divine manifestation and how it really works, and expecting something to be shown or something to be given to you, and in a way it is exactly that, but it is fighting against your own independence, right? Remember, the Nine of Pentacles was the, you know, the traffic jam, right? The street packed with cars that was, you know, creating this obstacle or this blockage for the real delivery of this big show, of this big manifestation to get to you, or not to get to you, well, but yes, right, to get to this place of or of where it would be presented or how it would be presented. So, but nonetheless, remember, this high priestess showed up, right? Meaning that even though maybe you were led to a certain show expecting that your place there or your role there was just to sit and wait and watch and receive, right? But the access to the backstage area, where from this spectator point of view you didn't have, right? Meaning when you are in this side of the veil just waiting for the show to be presented, you don't see what's going on behind the scenes on the other side of the veil, where the universe is orchestrating everything. So this is the badge that, well, the VIP access badge, right? So this is peeking through the curtains, remember that. So I feel like in knowing all of the mechanics or all of the orchestration that has to happen through all of the things that you are doing in this side of the veil, right? It's like, it's almost like this co-creation between these two sides of the veil. So when you pick up and leave that engagement or that spectacle, right? I feel like somehow you are disappointed with all of this law of attraction kind of stuff, all of the not believing that manifestations are real. And even if you had access to things that are paranormal or mysterious or multidimensional, it's like you still, well, you still had a choice to stay there and watch until the end, which I feel like you didn't, and pick up and leave, right? Which I feel like it is what you did. And this extended part, it's talking about coming back home, because we begin with the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands to me is showing me somebody that was beaten up, right, in battle, and expecting to receive like not applause or recognition, but more like a comforting embrace, like a warm shower, like a place where you feel at home, right? Especially because of the 10 of Cups that actually came together with the 6 of Cups. So 2 sixes in between the 10 of Cups. So I feel like somehow coming from that recent experience where the manifestation was not happening at the speed that you desired and you were losing hope, or it's more than that, it's not even losing hope, it's just not seeing any kind of purpose or reason to remain there. Because if you have seen a lot of progress in having this independence stance, right? You have built your own fortune, you have built your own home, you have built your own safety. It's like you are the owner of your life, your physical life, in a sense, right? It's like everything that was surrounding you that was a little bit more magical and a little bit more multidimensional and subtle, right? That was trying to make its way through you to give you this grand spectacle, this grand magic show. I feel like it's like you'd rather stay in this place where you already feel pretty good, where you already know that is safe, it's secure, is guaranteed, is solid, is grounded, is, well, rich, right? So it's abundant because you know exactly what you had to do to create this. But at the same time, it's like the universe is seeing this independence almost like a solo work, right? That is creating the obstacle for the universe to not to interfere, but to add with its own magic, right? It's like you're saying to the universe with all of this that we saw here, and that the place that you have built for yourself here is pretty comfortable and that you don't need the help from the universe, in a sense, right? And so when you come back, all that you want is to feel balanced again, is to feel that you are settled, that you are at home, especially. And more than just your physical home, right? It's like with the dynamics that are familiar to you, with the exchange of love and attention and care with people that you know that are going to care for you, right? The 6 of Wands also talks about praise, and this is something that came through in yesterday's reading for Sagittarius, I believe. So it's interesting that I feel like it's not that you are, what is the word? I can think of the word in Portuguese, but I cannot think of the word in English. In Portuguese, it's acomodado. It's like you have settled into this place where you know the dynamic, and it is comforting enough that you feel like you don't need any extra things. It's like you don't need any more manifestations, or you don't need any help from the universe. Your life is pretty good, and you have found a way to your own internal emotional balance, just as you are, just with the path that you have built yourself, independently from all of the mysterious, magical, universal help, right? But there's something, it's interesting because the rest of the cards here, they're showing me like this first impression that in your home there might be somebody that it's like they're coming through with this maybe stubborn too stance, but it's more like they knew better. It's almost like when you went out to, you know, experience that manifestation show, that grand spectacle. I feel like this person somehow told you like nothing's going to happen, and there is a little bit of a, not poking on you, Capricorn, but it's like they want to make sure that you trust them, you know, for, you know, the next time, or the, you know, potential other times where you feel like you need to um to access, you know, this universal magic, but really you don't need. I feel like this is what this person is talking about, and I don't feel like they are meaning like something ill or negative. It's almost like it's not that they don't trust, you know, the universe, but maybe they know enough of their own experience that they know that they don't need it, right? It's like they have already knowledge and wisdom enough. So I'm going to show you the reason why I'm saying all of this. After you seek, like when you get home and all that you want is to find your balance again, right? It's like emotionally, you know who you can ask for help, right? Not this manifestation kind of trick, right? Essentially putting in, you know, in this contrast between the first part and this extended. So with the Ace of Swords coming next after the Six of Cups, it's like once you have found your groove again, your emotional balance again, because maybe you feel like the only help that you really need is from your family or from your spouse or from your kids, or, you know, just, and it doesn't really need to be any kind of person in particular, although I have to say, like, there is at least one person that is there comforting you, right? It's almost like they knew that something would happen and you would run back to them seeking help, seeking comforting, right? So with the Ace of Swords, this Ace of Swords came through with the message of I told you so. And this is a way to see the Ace of Swords that I really didn't think I would see, because I feel like this card is so pure and so filled with truth, but it came through as this double-edged sword of I knew better than you. And there was something that was very, very clear to this person, because they're carrying not only the Ace of Swords, but the Sun, and they are this King of Swords. So they are, in a sense, it's maybe they consider themselves like a know-it-all. And I'm trying to be like really neutral in the way that I'm trying to characterize this person, because whoever they are, it's like it's not that they are trying to harm you or provoke you in any kind of way, right? It's like they carry the sunshine. And I feel like this is what they're trying to, it's almost like they're trying to uplift you, maybe because you were so pissed off from nothing really happening when you searched out for this manifestation help and it didn't work the way that you were presuming or the way that you wanted it to happen, right? Or at the speed at which you wanted to manifest, even when you had access through this other perspective, right? That's the thing. It's like you trust, I feel like maybe you don't trust your higher self enough. It's like you trust your work, you trust your what you have built, you trust this one that may seem like a very wise person, and you trust what they say, you trust how they think, you trust their advice, you trust how they illuminate your world, how they illuminate your path, and but also how they cherish you, how they take care of you. Maybe this is a parent, but either way, even though, you know, this Ace of Swords coming with this very, you know, it's coming through as a little bit of a parent kind of saying, right? Because usually parents advise us kids, and, you know, we have to experiment. And when things don't go properly the way that we planned, it's like we go back home and they inevitably say like, I told you so. So it's a little bit comical in a sense, right? And I feel like this is just like, well, maybe it's the guidance here for you, Capricorn. If this person is coming through as like this wise one, and even though they are, you know, they have this acid humor, right? Because they can see, it's almost like they can see enough. I'm not going to say that they can see further than you or more than you. It's like they can see enough to be comfortable with what they already know, right? For them, it's like this is enlightenment enough in a sense. So they don't go out seeking much, or they don't expect to need any help than they already find within themselves, because they already have enough to guide them, right? But maybe it's like that's the thing, because they are coming with the sun. It's like their essence shines through knowledge, through wisdom, but in a very sharp kind of way, with this very acid humor. And so the guidance here is, do not take this person's saying too seriously, Capricorn, because yes, they can see a lot. Maybe they have told you so before you went on that experience, but you made your own decisions, right? To stay or to go, and to come back to this person and still hear what they have to say, right? It's almost like you trust their guidance more than you were hoping to find guidance out there. So I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with this, right? Besides, they are carrying a lot of wisdom. So it's just that maybe it's very not depressing, but frustrating in, having to, in a sense, not be corrected by this person, but accept that they were right. So to be honest, Capricorn, in not taking this so seriously, not what happened or what didn't happen, and what you knew or what you didn't know about that experience or that manifestation trick or manifestation show, it's like, know that even when you're fighting for your own independence, your independence is entangled in a sense, because it's surrounded by all of the major arcana. So it is connected. It's like you building your life the way that you want, the way that you see fit for yourself, right? And the way that you're trusting the guidance from another person, because they see enough that they can shine this light for you, right? And you trust what they say. So maybe, so because we're ending with the Page of Pentacles here, I feel like saying to you, Capricorn, today, just to sum up this entire reading, you had access to your higher self, and somehow you chose to come back to not somebody that is not knowledgeable or not wise. They are. It's just that they are learning as much as you. Maybe they know a little bit more than you, because they're coming as the king and you're coming as the page. So you still have a lot to gather of information, but also because it's the Page of Pentacles, it's like continuing on this journey of finding your independence is also part of, it's like your growing up process. It's like your nature, your earthy nature needs that kind of physical proof, right? Which is something that was, maybe the magic trick wasn't doing it, because it wasn't showing you physically nothing that could prove its validity, right? And because it was delayed, because that's the thing, it's like maybe your need to see something physical, like that is the symbol of the manifestation, right? It's like that was exactly what was delaying the arrival of the magic, right? With the Chariot. And so that was the reason why you had access to this other point of view that is not earthy. But I feel like that's the thing. You have the choice because you have seen both sides. So being this earth being that you are, this very connected to earth being that you are, it's like, and having access to information coming from people that are wise, that know who they are. So in a sense, it's like they know their own truth. So what they're saying is proof enough for you because they are people that you trust, not just intellectually, but also emotionally, right? So I feel like even when you are beaten up, right? Even when you try something out that is going against your earthy nature and you are disappointed, you come back to what you have always done. And that is okay, because I feel like, you know, ending with this Page of Pentacles, that is normal. It's almost like that is what you have been born to follow. That is the realization of your mission. That is the fulfillment of your growth process as a human earthy being, right? And this is what this one is trying to say to you, or trying to, you know, in a very humorous but also very sharp kind of way. It's like they're trying to illuminate your path from a place where there is a lot of room for growth, right? And seeing what you have seen and also seeing what you haven't seen, it's like there is a lot that can build your character, build your beliefs, right? Build your path. So yeah, let's see what the astrological runes want to add for you as a final guidance today, Capricorn. Okay, so we have 2 runes. Yeah, I feel like this is doubling the message that I just talked about, like you going this route of your earthy nature, right? Being independent and not wanting or not finding curiosity to explore something multidimensional. That is more than okay, because we have your sign, Capricorn, and Taurus, both earth signs, right? So I feel like going this route of this Page of Pentacles, listening to the guidance coming from this parent or whoever this King of Swords is, it's like it's more than enough guidance. It's like you are receiving guidance through them, right? But walking this path, this very physical, material, you know, earthly bound path, this is something that, you know, it's like doubled here. The energy of earth is doubled because this is your mission in a sense. This is why you came to earth, to experience this very earthy nature of yours, right? So valuing it and accepting that even when you could have chosen to access this other dimension, it's like it's okay to stay in this side of the veil, right? That is so interesting. I feel like I have never received any message like this, and I I didn't think actually I would someday, because to me it's a little bit controversial, because I'm all about, you know, multidimensional realms and the mysteries that, you know, we cannot see and we cannot touch. But for you, Capricorn, I feel like that's not true, right? What is true for you is that where you are, where you have established yourself, is a very independent lifestyle, a very fulfilling lifestyle, a very enriching lifestyle, even though the universe maybe has to do a lot behind the scenes to actually show you any sort of magic, right? Because maybe you are not ready to see, but maybe you don't need to see it. It's okay. It's like what you need to see this lifetime perhaps is something that you can build with your own two hands, with your work, you know, following the guidance from people that, you know, have studied more or have seen more or know more than you. And that is more than fine. That is so interesting. I don't even know what title to put in this reading. Okay, so Capricorn, I hope this was insightful to you. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.